It's pretty complex because it's not just neural network, but it's, like Hillary's saying, it's a lot of the data and how you do something with that data and how that data is then enriched in order to get the results that ultimately you want. What we are finding, and we'll speak about government in a moment because we're doing it at the government level too, not here but in Europe, in order to educate, it is the same thing that we keep hearing over and over again. It is all about mass personalization. And if you can personalize your approach, and you can do it systemically through a machine that reasons and talks and speaks and acts like a human, the question is whether or not you can do it then at scale. So you can take that data, you can break it down, you can enrich it, and that you can do it at scale in order to sift through volumes and volumes of information and do it very, very accurately and very quickly. Now, a neural network can do that and is doing it in many different industries today. You're using an example of a middle schooler who wants to be a football player. So I'll give you an analogy. In real life today, what we're seeing at the same odds, right? So earlier I was talking about entertainment. We work a lot on Broadway today, okay? Those are worse odds. 2 in 10 shows actually work. The average price to bring a show to market today to the stage is $22 million. Okay? And so you have a mass amount of producers coming to the stage now, 50 people above the line, all giving $50,000 to $100,000, not knowing if this piece of art is ever going to make it to the stage or ever going to work, ever. And so there's a risk in that in terms of the odds of what works. If we can take data of 127 years and we can sift through that data, and then we can determine whether or not there was an audience for a show that was like it, that appeared at the same time 55 years ago, on what stage, on what type of show, who the ticket buyers were, where they were, what they said about it, and all of that information, and then personalize the approach, we can determine whether or not someone can become a football player, whether they, not what's here in their heart, but certainly what they have the capabilities to actually do when we look at those characteristics. Now, we do it on a government level today in Europe. In a country in Europe, we actually are taking a look at how we can do that same thing. We can find ticket buyers on Broadway and match them to content and do it very quickly at mass scale. But at the same time, we can take opinions of people as it relates to the environment, and we can educate them in the same way by matching valuable content that they care about and putting them together at scale, and we can change their opinions about the environment.